Welcome back, everyone. So we are now about 2 weeks away from the July 4th weekend as we celebrate America's 250th. This holiday, usually the time when fireworks displays go off all across the country.
But there's a sign in Indian Orchard telling you where you can get fireworks, even though they're illegal to possess and set off in Massachusetts. So why is it there?
Western Mass News reporter Matt Price is getting us answers on the confusion.
I love to see fireworks. When we were kids, we used to aim the bottle rockets at each other.
This Springfield resident, who wished to remain anonymous, has seen fireworks for many years, especially around the 4th of July. And during those occasions, we see massive displays lighting up the night sky. But when it comes to personal use of fireworks, that's a different story.
It's a safety thing, and obviously the people that make these laws are, they're real careful about what they're doing.
Unless you are a licensed professional, you cannot buy, possess, or set off fireworks here in the Commonwealth. Springfield Police spokesperson Ryan Walsh tells Western Mass News one of the reasons why.
Setting off fireworks in your yard can disturb, children, people with PTSD, people with dogs.
Walsh says fireworks can trigger false alerts with the shot spotter system, pulling officers away from real emergencies. If you are caught with fireworks in your possession, officers confiscate these items and you face a fine of up to $1,000. Which brings us to the focus of this story. In Massachusetts, you will see signs promoting fireworks, including phantom fireworks located in New Hampshire. While buying, possessing, and setting off fireworks in Massachusetts is illegal, having an ad like this is not. The resident we spoke with says that should not be the case.
You're tempting the people of the Commonwealth or the state where it's illegal.
In response to these concerns, Phantom Fireworks sent us a statement. It reads in part, "We have many Massachusetts customers who purchase fireworks for use where they are legal. In compliance with the request of the Massachusetts Attorney General from some years ago, we disclaim all signage in Massachusetts with the statement. Massachusetts law prohibits the transportation, sale, possession, or use of fireworks in Massachusetts without a valid permit."
If you're going up to New Hampshire, Maine, Vermont, somewhere where it's legal, they're allowed to advertise because they're saying, hey, you might not use them in Massachusetts.
Both Walsh and Phantom Fireworks urge you to follow the state's laws and leave the fireworks in Massachusetts to the professionals. In Indian Orchard, Matt Price, Western Mass News.
And Phantom Fireworks also has safety tips and educational resources on their website. To find a link, visit our website, westernmassnews.com.